Hey Stan, I'm curious. Y'all are about to face the number one team again. Does having the experience of facing a number one team like Auburn maybe help y'all in this, knowing that y'all played in a big game like this before?
I think it's going to be real different. Having that experience is good. Knowing that we could compete with anybody in the country, but Gonzaga is a real different team. They try to attack us a different way. So it's nice to know that we had that experience, but it's a completely different game.
I'm curious what your thoughts are of Gonzaga and kind of what kind of challenges they present.
I got to watch them a little bit this year, and they're obviously really talented on the inside. They got two big men who really score, and they rebound and they guard well. So we're just gonna have to focus on trying to control the pace and do our best job of containing them on the inside.
Curtis.
Hey, Stanley, you guys had a shot at the regular season title in the SEC on the last day of the season. But you lost, you wound up the 4 seed, and then you fell in the semifinals of the conference tournament. To be the last team in the conference standing, does that give you a level of satisfaction? And then, what are your thoughts on carrying the torch for the SEC?
Yeah, it feels good to be the last team remaining in the tournament from the SEC, and we would have liked to win the regular season, but it didn't work out that way, and in the tournament didn't work out that way either. But right now we're just focused on continuing to get better, and hopefully we could continue to keep this thing going.
And then, at the SEC tournament and then in Buffalo, you guys played in some cool arenas, but they were converted hockey rinks. I'm just curious your thoughts on going over to the Chase Center and playing in a building where some of the all-time greats, are lacing them up now.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. Those hockey gyms, they get kind of cold sometimes too. So coming out of halftime, it'd be cold out there. But I'm excited. It's gonna be a great experience for us, and I'm excited.
Thank you.
Nick.
Stanley, with a team like Gonzaga that shoots the lights out, especially when they can get going from three, they have 5 guys in double-digit scoring. How do you prepare for a team that has just so many weapons, especially weapons with size?
We just got to lock in on their personnel, because they do got a lot of weapons out there, but a lot of their guys, they do things specific to them. So I think if we could just lock in on taking away each individual player's strengths and, try to do our best to contain them, we'll be in a good shape.
Nate.
Yeah, kind of in the same question, because you just had an opponent was kind of a one-man team. Just how different is it where where everybody's a threat?
Yeah, it's just it's gonna be real different. We just gotta make sure these next few days of practice we're locked in, and coaches have been doing a good job of preparing us, getting ready for these games. So I think we're gonna be well prepared going in.
How different to have a whole week to prepare as opposed to the other day where you just had basically a day.
Oh, it's great for us. We got to be able to come back, sleep in our own beds and things like that. So I think that having these extra days to prepare is going to be helpful for us.
Thank you.
Bob.
Hey, Stanley, kind of on that same point, Eric's got a really good record. Mike probably knows what it is when he's got 4 or more days to prepare. How good what do you guys do when you have a good lengthy prep, and how detailed is it? How good do you feel going into a game when you've had, extra time with the coaching staff to get ready for a game?
It's real detailed. We do a great job. Coaches do a great job of, down to every last detail, down to from the tip to the end of the game on what our opponent wants to do. So I think going into the game, we all feel prepared. It's just about, playing hard and executing the game plan.
And when you got to play a team as good as Gonzaga, the fact that Coach Musselman does so well with extra time, is that a confidence booster? How do you feel about that?
Yeah, it's definitely a good confidence booster for us, knowing that he's been here in this situation too before. So we just, we trust him, and he trusts us to just go out there and play as hard as we can for 40 minutes.
And then on the SEC, obviously it speaks well for you guys that you're in the Sweet 16. Are you, as good a year as everybody else had, and those teams are seeded pretty high 2s and 3s? Are you surprised you guys are the only SEC team to make the Sweet 16?
I wouldn't say I'm surprised. Anybody could be anybody on any given night, especially in March. So I think it's just it's March Madness, so it's just what it is.
And Eric, things didn't go real well for him with the Warriors. I mean, he actually was runner-up NBA Coach of the Year one year, and they changed GMs. The NBA is kind of crazy. I mean, I don't think Eric did bad at all, but he got fired anyway. But how glad are you to be with a team that's taking him back to San Francisco? I think a place that means a lot to him. He's kind of making a triumphant return as a college coach after his pro coaching there didn't go as well as he obviously would have liked.
Yeah, no, it feels good. We know that, it's his area. That's where he's from. Actually, when we were leaving Buffalo, he asked us if we wanted to go straight to San Francisco from there. And, we kind of wanted to come back and, and get settled in a little bit. But we know he's going to be excited to, be playing back at his hometown area.
Yeah, I got a couple more if time allows. I'll turn it back to Mike. Thanks, Stan.
Christina.
And I have a kind of very specific question for you. But I just talked to your high school coach actually, and he told me about, some of the injury issues that you dealt with. And I just wondered if you could think back to kind of that junior year and what do you remember about that recovery process from those back-to-back injuries?
Yeah, my junior year, I remember I started the season off pretty well. I was averaging about 25 points per game, whatever. And we had a really good team. And then I remember my fourth game of that season, I had got a wrist injury. I was out for 6 weeks, came back, hurt my leg on my first day of practice. I broke my leg. So yeah, that was a tough season for me. And, it was really just that recovery process. My high school coach, Coach Smith, that you're talking about, he really helped me. He was staying after practice and, helping me do my lifts and rehab. So I think that was a big, the rehab process was a big reason why I was able to, come back stronger than I actually was before. And, that was just a great experience for me.
Yeah. And then what do you remember about that senior year when you were able to come back? And, obviously recruiting stuff had kind of over the summer had kind of already happened, but what do you remember about being able to come back from those?
Yeah, I remember just, I never really lost too much confidence in myself. I still felt like I was able to play. It was really just about getting my legs back under me. That was the main thing for me. But once I got my legs back under me, I felt stronger than ever, and I was able to just keep improving from then. And, I think that kind of hindered my recruitment and my improvement process. But I think it just helped out in the end.
Dudley, got a question?
Hey man, obviously it appears that being a role model is really important to you in dealing with kids and stuff. Talk about that a little bit and how you've been able to do that this year.
Yeah, I've been able to, every chance I get, to interact with them, I just try to tell them anything I can positive. I feel like a lot of kids look up to the team around here, especially with there not being, like a professional team. I think we're the closest thing they got to that. So I think it's big for us to just continue to do what we can to inspire them and give them, positive insight.
Bob, final question.
Stan, I know Eric said some stuff on some TV and radio interviews that maybe when he had his last team in Nevada was really good and ranked high, but they didn't have that much fun. I guess they were feeling the pressure and that he wanted you guys to have fun. I know you've gotten to do some activities in Tampa and Buffalo. I assume Eric will do some stuff for you out in San Francisco. Just even though this is hard work, obviously, you're under a lot of pressure. How fun has he made it, and how glad are you after? I know you weren't in the tournament last year, but they had the bubble. They were pretty much stuck in their hotel. You guys get to go to Niagara Falls and take a yacht ride around Tampa, and Ariel will probably have you guys at the Golden Gate Bridge or whatever. How fun is that? How fun has Eric made this journey, I guess?
You've made it, it's been an unforgettable experience, so far. Even since the summer, you were doing things like, go on our karate workouts and bicycle cycling workouts and things like that. So, it's just, you try not to take it for granted, because there's a lot of people that would love to be in this position. So you just try to live in the moment. We're having a lot of fun, and hopefully we could just keep winning and keep taking it as far as we can.
And has it been cool to go on some of these activities or whatever you call them? Like the yacht and the falls. And I'm sure he's got some fun stuff planned in San Francisco.
Yeah, it's been a blast, to do especially with this group of guys. You know, we all enjoy, you know, being around each other. So, you know, we're happy that we were able to win and we're able to make more memories in San Francisco.
It's that time of year as college basketball takes center stage with the tournament finally upon us. If you're looking to wager this year, BetOnline is the #1 spot for all your updated odds and info, along with great contests, including the bracket contest, where you can have a chance to take home the top prize. Head over to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Just use our promo code BELIEVE to get started. That's BLEAV. BetOnline is your continued source for all your sports wagering needs, including live betting and your favorite Vegas casino games. BetOnline, where the game starts.